sometimes I think about like my kids. I'm like, you know, they have to do like school shooter drills like every week, once a week. They have to be like, hey, there could be someone with a gun that comes in and kills you all right now. So I'm just like, these kids are living lives where, you know, we worry about them a lot. But like, because sometimes my mom is like, are you worried about your child in today's world? I'm like, dude, my kid is 7. She's already went through like 150 school shootings. she's fine, my kid.
Yeah.
And you know, we live in like, I didn't grow up like that, but I'm like, I don't know. I think a lot too. Sometimes like the media blows shit out of proportion with like how, you know, bad everything is. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because they feed off
it.
It
is, yeah, that's how they make money.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking, I would like to see.
But then again, we are just going to be dumb. We're just going to hear like a siren when it's like, what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Did the McDonald's explode?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're trained also to ignore that shit.
Ooh, I like it.
Right.
Like if you're
dancing.
asleep in a hotel
We
room,
do a TikTok dance to the sirens.
Yeah.
It's an
if you're
auto-tune.
asleep in a hotel room and the fire alarm goes off, you're calling the front desk and asking if it's real before
Yeah.
you're even putting clothes on.
Putting clothes on.
Yeah, of course.
I literally shut my shade and I go, this will work itself out.
Yeah.
I've never left during a fire drill ever. They come and bang on the door sometimes.
Yeah.
And I ignore them. I hide in the room.
Yeah.
Active shooter! Active shooter!
I would rather burn to death than go outside in the cold.
Yeah.
Let me
Right.
make that very
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah,
Dude,
there's
the
a
greatest
window.
part about living on Staten Island is it's, you know, if you're not familiar with it, you know, it's one of the 5 boroughs, but it's like the Republican borough. Like you have to cross a bridge. Like nobody's going there unless they live there. And, you know, with all like the recent Nashville shooting stuff, you know, we tried to talk to the school. Some of the parents tried to talk to the school and they were like, you know, we don't have the budget, whatever, blah, 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 even though it's like a private school. So one of the dads is just an ex-cop. He's like, I'm just going to sit in the parking lot 8 hours a day while my kid's in school with guns in my car, and you can't stop me from doing that because I have a legal permit to carry these guns. And we were like, okay, just do it. So it's like
That's insane.
Yeah, people, but that's what it's come to, where the dad's like, this is just what my life's going to be.
I don't know, right? I have no idea. But are our kids really in danger of being shot to death in a school shooting? I feel like this is such a rare. I think my kid is way more likely to get hit by a car. Right? If you look at the numbers, I don't know.
You're
I
way
don't
more
freak
likely
out.
to die on the way to the school shooting.
I'm safe.
than in the actual school shooting.
Right. I'm safe. Obviously, he put the seatbelt on when he drives in my car. We look both ways when we cross the street. But I'm not like going like, I'm going to stand in the street and stop every car. Like,
no.
That seems a little bit extreme. When you consider the fact that when the sheer numbers of it, I don't believe it. And Natalie, you are our resident fucking young, woke fucking whatever.
Child.
Please.
Hello.
Look up some numbers on this. How much more likely is my son today likely to be shot to death at a school than I was 30 years ago when I was his age?
So the statistic that everyone throws out is the number one killer of kids is guns, but that's inner city violence.
Yeah,
more
of
than school
course.
shootings.
Calm down, Anthony Cumia. Here we go.
I didn't say anything.
We all know what you mean. We got it.
They.
However, the dad that wants to sit in the parking lot and protect from a shooting, I would much rather have than if that dad was like, I want to teach the kids to make cupcakes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't want that kid. I don't want that dad
really have a
around.
problem with the dad. The dad, go fucking stand in the parking lot with your guns. It's probably unnecessary. You could probably be doing better things with your time to help out that school and help out the community.
Yeah.
More than likely, somebody's not going to come and shoot up that school.
Yeah, I was saying we already live like also in New York. I mean, anything can happen anywhere, but it just feels like these things happen in different kinds of states where it's like the South or like open areas where like I think New York is not. One of the parents did bring up a good point though. He was like, why do we protect our banks? Like the money in the banks with like armed guards and you can't get in, but like the children are just
down, Anthony.
left out there. And I was like, we're all going to get one
anyway.
And I was like, that is maybe Anthony Cumia said that. Maybe it wasn't one of the dads. But I think about that. I don't know. My kids do jujitsu, so I don't give a shit.
Do they?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
my son
kids will
does
put
jujitsu
everybody
as well.
in fucking
Block
arm
those
bars.
bullets.
Your daughter's my son's age, right?
7.
Your
My
oldest
my oldest one is 7. What's how
I
old's
think
your
she's older.
son?
He's 10 now. He'll
Oh,
fucking.
my kid that I guess I didn't know about is closer to your son's age.
Does he talk about like school shootings and stuff? He's like, yeah, Dad, we did a school shooting.
No,
today.
there was a fake school shooting thing called into his school specifically, and the school emailed us and they were like, not really a credible threat. We're gonna just keep him.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, me and my friends would be the ones in middle school to call in bomb scares.
Sure.
Yeah,
and
it happens.
just try to get out of school early one day.
Yeah.
And that's just the new version of that. Remember what was it? Die Hard 3.
With Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, where that was the whole plot was like they had a bomb in a school.
Yeah.
And but that was just a distraction the whole time. They were really stealing the money from like the fucking, the Federal Reserve. They were fucking knocking off the Federal Reserve while holding a school hostage with fake. It was just syrup.
Oh, where? What school is this? That's what
Brendan's like,
yeah. I gotta go save some kids. I'll be right back, tucking a napkin into my shirt.
I need Eggo stat.
I have Eggo guns. That's what the Columbine kids did. They like had a bomb go off in another area, so all the cops went there.
Really?
And then
They were fucking smart.
Smart kids.
Holy shit.
No, it was the dumbest cops alive. They spent all of that day shredding shit.
Oh, really?
I read this thing. It's like the comprehensive history of Columbine, minute by minute, and they had so many people call and be like, "Hey, this Dylan Klebold kid is gonna kill my family."
Right.
He's got a website saying he's gonna shoot up the school, and the cops are like, "Nah."
They had plenty
Whoa.
of warning.
They
about
had
that,
his website printed out in the police station, and all of it got shredded day of, and none of it was ever found.
My mom, like just weirdly at the time defended the Columbine shooters.
No, I like that.
My mom was like, yeah, these kids were fucking bullied. She was like, this is what happens when you fucking start
That's
fucking
all
with
in
people.
there.
Weren't they not bullied?
Yeah,
too?
they were
I don't know.
just
This one,
No, they
my
were-
mom said. My
one of
mom
them
was
was
a junkie.
Yeah, no, one of them.
She had no real
Your mom's like,
perspective
why
of
can't you
anything.
be like those kids?
So what happened was one of them was on the baseball team. Like one was a straight up jock, and but it was high school, so all the kids out on the lawn were doing interviews while the bodies were still like on the floor. And one of them goes, "Yeah, I think they were like these gay goth kids that wear white makeup,"
But
which was a
weren't-
different group of kids.
But hold on,
that they didn't hang out
No,
with.
there was videos of those guys in trench coats. Was
Yeah,
there not?
And a fucking like Red Sox hat. They
Yeah, but
weren't goths.
there were pictures of them like shooting guns.
Look at Zach fucking
Trust
being
me,
being an
they were-
activist
no,
for the
this-
goths.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
They were not goths.
No, this was the goth kids didn't hang out with the goth kids. Like didn't like them.
Right.
Like
I think they were probably much closer to my group of kids that I grew up with. I grew up with kids. So in my high school, and younger people don't understand this probably, right? Because Natalie, now everyone is some sort of like they, them, there's just one umbrella of they, them, love. Everyone's mixed race. Like you go to a high school now, it's fucking, it looks like it's Alien Planet. It's fucking nuts.
They're not even like if in my one of my nephews was saying, if you hooked up with a guy now, you're not necessarily gay.
You're not even gay. They're like this, so.
Yeah. It's like they don't even. There's
Dude,
no
if
sexual-
you hooked up with a guy in my high school, we would kill you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We would murder you. Yeah. 1998 North Rockland High School. We would have fucking strung you up to a tree and beat you with sticks. It was a different time. Now they'd be okay with it. Apparently.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. No, we had like one out gay kid, and then there was like another 2 or 3 kids that were gay. I went to a very big school, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't out, and it was like they weren't out because it would have been like just nasty bullying, like fucking really.
Yeah.
But like my group of friends were like alternative to like all of that, right? So there was like a high school movie. There was the goth kids, there was the skater kids, there was the jocks, there was like the black kids who used to dress nice and they used to like fucking rap in the hallways.
Right.
Then
That was my group.
Obviously. There was like the preppy kids. Like
Right.
there was almost like the girls that would like play soccer. They would date
Like the rich kids.
rich kids. They were like soccer players and lacrosse players. They weren't necessarily the jocks. The football players and the wrestlers were more like the jocks. There was like, it was really divided like a fucking high school movie. And then my crew was just sort of like a crew that wasn't accepted by any of these people. Like the goths didn't like us. The skater kids didn't like us. We were just kind of fucking weirdos, right? And we were just sort of like, we liked being unique and doing our own thing. I was nominated for most individualistic in my high school class superlatives.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't win, but my best friend who was in that crew won. And he was, I was second
Now,
place.
what does that mean, by the way?
Superlative?
No, not superlative. What did the superlative?
Most individualistic means like, typically it was always like a goth kid or like a weirdo, but like
I want it.
you want
Really?
yeah. Was it called most individualistic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or class individual.
class weirdo?
Yeah.
Now to get that award, now you have to be trans.
No, to get it now, the most
have to have
individual,
to do surgery.
Yeah, no, now
you
you're
have
like
to be a
now
straight
you're
white
Milo.
guy.
Yeah.
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 But there was something about being an individual back then that was so important to me. And individualism was and being special was sort of it was ingrained in us. It was like, no, you go fucking Go fucking make $1 million. Get to the moon. The world is your fucking oyster. That was sort of taught to us, right?
Right.
And now it's sort of like this other attitude of like, oh no, everyone needs to be equal, and not this person wasn't given this opportunity, and this person. And it's like, dude, I wasn't given any fucking opportunities.
Right.
I was fucking. I was given such a shitty start to my life that now they want to reset the table for people. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Nobody's resetting the table for me at all. We were taught if you have the disadvantages that you sharpen yourself with those disadvantages. Right. You make yourself better because of it. Not, well, let me just take that away. It actually makes people much softer.
Yeah, because instead of being like, okay, work with what you got and like you're gonna have to work harder, they're saying everybody needs to work less hard to make sure you fit in.
It's a fucking crazy way to be.
Yeah,
it's a crazy attitude.
It's not the way it is on Staten Island.
No way.
No
Staten
way. They
got guns.
Staten Island's like fucking.
Staten Island's just in your face.
Yeah,
They're like,
80s New
you're
York.
going to drive down a block and it's all American flags.
You're not even gonna be able to see the road.
yeah.